Hi, this is Kevin Thomas, and welcome back to the At Home Film Festival. I am ending a wonderful month looking at gay movies, and this week I am going to pay tribute to movies that I fell in love with at various film festivals over the years. When I was compiling this list, I realized I had so many movies that I love, but I narrowed it down to just 7, one for each day of the week. It doesn't mean there aren't other movies that I love, but these all hold a particular place in my heart. So let's take a look now. One thing about all these movies this week is they all have to be available to stream for free. So there's no fees involved, of course, unless you don't have the streaming service. But let's start off with one movie that I love, The Garden Left Behind. I'm starting with a heavy drama because it's very important. It's about a young trans woman who is doing well in life, but she really doesn't have a green card because her ID says she's a man. So she runs into problems that she cannot overcome. She tries everything possible to make that happen. At the same time, she's having to deal with Trans Lives Matter and people that hate trans people. And something that's so topical today, even this movie is a few years old. Flavio Alves, who directed and wrote this movie, I just love him. He's a great filmmaker. And Carly Guevara is the young talent here. I want to see more from her because she is mesmerizing. Oh, this movie. Wow. The next 2 movies have something in common. I think they both should have been up for Oscars. Stage Mother, which you could find on Prime and Hulu, from this terrific filmmaker that I adore everything he does. This is just Kevin's love fest, isn't it? Anyway, Stage Mother has a Bible-belting mom who is anti-gay, anti-trans, anti-everything. Her son is gay. He moves to San Francisco. Early thing in the plot, he dies. So she has to go there and settle his accounts. But she actually learns so much about the people in his life and his lifestyle, and she starts to embrace it while taking over the club that he managed, because she still wants to make the money from it. Jackie Weaver should have been up for an Oscar. Oh, this has so many other great talents in it. We've got Jackie Beat. We have Lucy Liu. Oh, God, what a good movie. And you should watch this filmmaker's other film called Cloudburst. I love that too. Gosh. Also on Hulu is another movie that should have been up for an Oscar for Best Actor, Udo Kier, and that is Swan Song. Now, when you look for this on Hulu, that's where you'll find it. Don't be confused when you Google and look for Swan Song, because the same year there was another movie called Swan Song, which isn't this film. So Udo plays a hairdresser who's in a home. He's still vibrant and exciting, but he's in a home. Anyway, he gets asked to do the hair of one of his most famous clients who died. So yes, he's doing her deadhead. Now, the fun part about this, death is never fun, but he has to break out of the place he's living at and go on a road trip. Oh, it's such a fun road trip. He meets so many interesting people there. He runs into his nemesis from days gone by. He meets a lot of open-minded people. Oh, he gets in hair competitions on the way with people that think his old-fashioned ways aren't good. Love this movie. Love, love, love it. I know I say love a lot, but this is Kevin's movie love fest. And oh, this is so good. And of course, you just saw Jennifer Coolidge, who, if no other reason, you'd watch it for her. Although her part is small, she always makes things exciting and fun. And she just adds a lot to Swan Song. Yes, she does. Ooh, he's looking at the dead body of Linda Evans. Linda Evans is really not dead. The actress just played the dead person. Don't worry about Linda, at least at this time. Filmmaker Desiree Coven is probably sick of me talking about her film Appropriate Behavior, which you could find on Prime. She's done so many great things since this movie, but this movie really stuck with me. And actually, it's anything but appropriate, and it's still topical today because nowadays people don't want to be labeled or put into a box. So here she's trying to embrace her culture. She's also trying to embrace her sexuality. Why does she have to be straight? Why does she have to be a lesbian? Why can't she just be bisexual, or why can't she just be? I admire this film so much, and I love it when it's on, and it's not appropriate even though the title is, but she is a great writer, director, star, and if you're only going to be able to watch 7 movies this week to salute Pride, this should be one of them. True Love on Prime is probably one of my favorite romantic movies ever made. So you should watch it this month. It's great. It's about a younger lesbian woman who has a really good friend, and then she meets her friend's mother. So her friend's mother and her start hitting it off as friends, and that actually leaves the friend zone. So it becomes this beautiful romance between a younger woman and an older woman at the same time. Why are you sleeping with my mom? Like, why do you make her a lesbian? Oh, this movie is so beautiful. This is the week to feel love, and true love, that's TRU, will make you feel it in spades. Truly. Saturday Church from a few years ago really blew me away, and you could find it on Prime and Stars. It's a musical, so of course I had to have a musical on this film festival, but it's about a young man who has been brought up very strict, and anyway, he starts having a desire and need to be his real self, which is trans. He wants to be in dresses and he wants to maybe be a woman. He's still exploring. Well, while he's exploring, he gets in a lot of trouble from his family, but he gets to meet some great actors who were in Pose, like MJ Rodriguez, who is totally blown up since this and been so many things. And the writer-director Damon Cardassis, he did such a great job with this movie. I am so ready for his next piece of work behind the camera. I'm looking for you, Damon. Damon? Damon! It's Kevin! Yeah, hi. Come on, make another movie. Please. Please. Until then, watch Saturday Church. The Fabulous Alan Carr on Prime is a movie that you have to watch, just like the rest of these. It's from my favorite documentary filmmaker, Jeffrey Schwartz, who did I Am Divine, Tab Hunter Confidential. I do not know why he does not have an Oscar. And I picked this of all his movies because nobody really knows who Alan Carr is. So that's one of his great things that Jeffrey does, is he uncovers people that we may not have known. So Alan Carr really was a big trendsetter. So he went and saw the movie La Cage aux Folles in French. He goes, oh my God, this should be a Broadway musical. So guess what? It became a Broadway musical. Then he took the Broadway musical Grease and not only turned it into the phenomenon that it became, but he was so good at making like a show of the presentation and the premiere. So this movie isn't just the high points of Alan, who's gay, of course, because it's on this film festival, and he loves to wear caftans, as you saw there. But Alan had this great idea to take the Village People and turn them into a movie called Can't Stop the Music. He did everything he did for Grease. He got these big stars, and he got these flamboyant numbers. He made it super gay. I think he had the premiere like in a subway. How cool is that? But guess what? When that movie came out, disco was dead. It was filmed when disco was alive, but disco had a very short life. So this is one of the biggest flops of all time. And we learn about how Alan dealt with that through, but everything the director has done is wonderful. You need to watch his whole collection. But if you want to start with one of someone you never heard of, Alan Carr, this should be your movie. So this is representing all the great gay documentaries on my list because I only had time for 7, but there's so many more. Oh, forgot he liked younger boys. Well, that's our show of the week. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you feel free to share. And I hope I inspired you to go and watch film festivals. It's not too late to enjoy Frameline. You could watch the virtual version of Frameline at home right now until July 2nd. Go to frameline.org to get tickets. Let's depart watching a few more scenes from those great Frameline movies of this year. Get ahead of the pack.